Hey y'all, so I was late to work today because a dog broke into my house. And I think there's a message here. I got home at 1 a.m. And when I got home, I saw little feet pitter pattering outside of my back door. And we have a curtain that covers the back door. And then it's a glass sliding door and then like a netted sliding door, right? So I see little feet from underneath the curtains, and our lights in the back are motion sensor. The lights are on, so I know something is back there because the lights are only on when something is back there. And I see little feet going back and forth, like pacing behind the door. It's 1 a.m. I just got home. I'm not about to go open the door and find out what it is. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So I woke up this morning, and the first thing I did was get up, go to the back door to see if there's something back there. And nothing's back there. But my spirit was not at ease. So I went through the fridge to see if I had any food like for a dog or a cat or something. And I got a bowl of water and I opened the back door and I sat it on the mat. And then I left the glass door open and just had the screen door closed and locked. And usually that's fine, there's never been an issue with that. But then I hear scratching on the netting. So I come back and I look and I see it, and the dog is sitting there eating the food and drinking the water. It's the same dog I saw last night. And I open the door and I go outside and I'm trying to talk to them. I'm trying to get them to come to me. They're not coming to me. In fact, they are running all underneath my deck and just popping their head up in random places. I'll show you. Okay, so you can still see some of the food right there, but they just started popping their head up different places. So they popped their head up over here, and then they popped their head up over there, and then they popped their head up in here, and then popped their head up over there, and they were just running around and around and around. Okay, now one thing about me, I'm an animal lover, and I'm sure everybody knows that. So I'm getting ready for work, and I'm like, okay, well, this has derailed my morning because this dog is out here, and they've been in my yard since this morning. So I have to figure out whose dog this is. So I get down and I'm on my hands and knees in front of the screen door, recording videos of them, and trying to get them to turn and look at me so that I can get a good picture of their face so I can post something on social media. Okay, so this is what I posted. I got a picture of the dog and I was like, hey, a lost dog found their way to my house. I put it in my story and I made a Facebook post. And I just wanted to see who would be able to see it, if we could be able to share it, to see whose dog this was. So then I go to start prepping my stuff for work, and then I feel something on my ankles. I live by myself. I feel something on my ankles. Our little friend tore a hole through my netted screen door, and they let themselves into the house. And so it was a dog on my ankle. In my house. Dog in my house on my ankles. So then I posted a update on my social media to let everybody know that the dog, it has progressed. The dog has made their way into my home. The dog has made their way into my home. There she is, sitting at my feet. So that's me. And there she is sitting at my feet, very cute. And then she jumped up and was smiling at me. She was so sweet. She was so sweet. So once she was in the house and I realized that she was friendly and she liked me, I brought her food and water inside. I laid a blanket down on the floor so that she could get comfy. And then after she finished eating, she was just following me around the house she was on my tail. So I sat down on the couch and she jumped up on the couch with me, and then she plopped herself onto my lap. Plopped herself onto my lap and then rolled over on her back on top of my lap for me to rub her stomach. That's how I found out she was a girl, because you rub on a girl dog's belly, you feel the nipples. So I'm rubbing her belly. I go ahead and I call animal control, and then I post more pictures of her on social media. I cross-post it between different groups, and I end up finding whose dog it is. Well, they saw one of my posts. So they called me on Facebook Messenger. We talked, And then like I gave them my address, they came and they got their dog. And what that makes me think of is one, um, truly having faith in God, being rooted in your faith in God. Because this little dog, I saw this little dog outside of my house on my porch 1 a.m. And I got up at 7, and then I saw her back like after I put the food out and stuff. It had to have been like a little like 8 something, and she was there. She did not leave. I don't know where she was when I went outside and brought the food, but she very quickly showed back up on my porch. So like she was where she needed to be. She had faith. This door was locked and closed. She could not see in. It had a curtain, and then it was a glass door. So when I pulled the curtain back, it's a glass door, and then a netted door. She was persistent, and she was where she was called to be, and she stayed put. She knew that this was where she was supposed to be. And then that brings me to just knowing that you are equipped. If God called you to something, then you have what you need to do what he's calling you to do. That little doggy didn't have hands to open up the door. And the little doggy was scared. Like every time that I went out there, they were like, it was like whack-a-mole. Like they would just pop up at a different part of my deck every time that I tried to go talk to them or get them to come to me. But I leave the glass door open and it's just the screen. All that little doggy has is their paws. And they pawed and pawed and pawed very quickly, because when I tell you all I did was walk away to go pull my lunch bag out of the refrigerator and then go add in the rest of my food, and then there's a dog on my ankle. Very quick. And that's a big hole. This is a big hole, and that dog was equipped. And then the fact that it is a big hole, and that immediately, as soon as I saw the hole, all I could think was that God does exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ask or think. That hole is way bigger than that dog. But the Lord gives, and he gives abundantly. He gives overflow. He gives you what you need and then some. And then that leads me to the last part, which really blessed me. I'm an animal lover. I work for a animal organization, and I know what to do when I find a lost animal. I know what to do when I see that an animal is in trouble. And anyone else, nobody else in the house would have responded the way that I responded. Like, that dog got into the house and I wasn't scared. I wasn't aggressive. I was kind, and I knew what to do. I knew what to do to help them. I had the resources that they needed. I had food. I had shelter. I had water. I had comfort. And I knew how to find the person or to find somebody that would be able to help them. So it just, they went to sleep on my lap while we were waiting. Animal control came. I let them come inside. I let them see the hole in my door. I let them meet the dog. And they were like, okay, we'll wait here and see if the owner shows up. And animal control waited for about 10 minutes. And literally, as animal control pulled off, they were like, hey, if they don't show up in the next 10 minutes, call me, I'll come back. So as they were pulling out from in front of my house, literally the owner was pulling up right behind them. The owner took animal control spot in front of my house. And they got their dog, Daisy, and they left. And then I went ahead and finished getting ready for work and went to work. So it just amazes me how God is just his eye is on the sparrow. Even that little doggy, he knew exactly where she needed to go for her to be taken care of and to get home safely. And that was with me.